I think that probably the thing that sort of, ever since the 2008 recession, everything that kind of overshadows um, pretty much everything else, it's about how do you get the economy going again, how do you get people back to work. So jobs is a big issue, I think, that sort of overhangs everything. And then, that, the inability for people to be productively engaged in employment then affects a lot of the other issues. So I'd say that they just sort of they fall from that, like, having adequate housing, and for people, and affordable housing, nutrition, people making sure that they're, have healthy nutritional habits, then that affects health care, obesity, diabetes, all those kinds of things. And then, what also comes from that is when people are destabilized economically, it's harder for them to participate as a family in the educational system, and for them to achieve the educational attainment that's necessary to be productive in the job market. And then, that all kind of goes in a big circle right back to it's about jobs and people's ability to participate in the economy.
So do you think that with the recession and also the foreclosure meltdown, do you think that a more demand or request for innovative community economic development is coming into the picture?
Well, I think that more creative economic development is definitely coming into the picture, because I don't think we're going to be able to go back. It's not like you can turn the clock back and say, okay, let the economy perform the way it did in 2005, 2006, 2007. It's not going to. There's going to have to be some other creative ideas that really get the economy going again and get people back to work.
I asked you about the three pressing issues. I now want to ask you about the three beneficial aspects that you see in Indiana.
Well, I guess, our central location obviously does have some benefits, because from a logistics standpoint, products developed here can get to other parts of the country, very easily, and other parts of the world. So I think our geographic location is a plus. I think the other thing is that our size as far as a state, 5.5 to 6 million people, it's a manageable size, I think, to innovate and try some different things. And then I think the other, plus that we have, because it's the area that I'm in, is in the whole life sciences. I think that, a lot of the new economy is going to deal with how we sustain a healthy lifestyle and prolong life and live the healthiest lives that we can. And Indiana does have a good foundation for that. We've got a strong medical school. We have a lot of health-related businesses. Batesville has Hill-Rom. You've got Lilly. You've got Cook in Bloomington. In the northern part of the state, you've got all the orthopedic manufacturers. So we have a good basic foundation, and we also have a good manufacturing base, even though it's declined because we were producing cars and things like that. Well, that's declined, but that manufacturing base is still there. And so if we can convert those skills and resources over to manufacturing things that are related to the life sciences, we are positioned, to really be part of the new economy.
What were some of the motivations or some of the steps on the staircase to filling the role that you fill now?
Well, obviously, educational preparation is important. So you've got to get, basic, you got to have the basic credentials, to be able to have an opportunity to participate in a career, regardless of what industry you're in. But then the other thing about it is, I think, it's networking, really networking by service to the community, so that you make relationships and get to know different people. And the more people that you know, that opens up the opportunity to get more information. And information is power. And the more information you have, the more effective you're going to be at whatever job you're doing, You're going to be able to answer questions more quickly. Maybe come up with more creative solutions for problems and things like that. Well, people see that performance, and so they give you another challenge. Well, let's take that problem to that person. And as you are seen as a problem solver, as somebody who can get things done, then you're going to have more opportunities for leadership.
Okay. Another question I have is, if you had to select a personal story that was impactful on your life, what would that story be?
Well, I guess probably the thing that has most influenced, my career choices and things has been probably my parents were always very active in the community, and even though they had, very traditional blue-collar jobs, they were always working to try to help make the street, the neighborhood, the block, whatever better. They were always reaching out to try to help other people. And so they drug us into that as kids. And so I think that, growing up in a culture of service to other people, really has influenced my career, because that's basically what healthcare is, a service industry. We're trying to help people at what many times is their most vulnerable time of their lives. And so if that's something you like doing, you're going to like healthcare. If you find something you like to do, you're never going to work another day in your life. It's always going to be, fun. And when you're doing something that's fun to you and rewarding, then the financial rewards and opportunities come from that. So I think that probably would be, the thing that I would tell as a story. Find how you can serve your fellow man. And if you find out how you can serve your fellow man, you're going to get a lot of psychic reward, and the financial reward will follow that.
Do you have any questions for me?
When do you all see wrapping up this project?
Well, the summit is in April, the Visioning Summit. And then after the Visioning Summit, we'll begin the implementation stage. The interesting thing about this quality of life plan compared to other ones that have been enacted in the city is the 1-year window and 6 different neighborhoods. So less time, and it's more, it's more exhausting. So when do we see wrap? That is a great question. If I had to personally put my finger on when the formalities would be done, I would say a month or 2 after the Visioning Summit.
And is the summit going to be at the
Children's Museum? Now, in terms of the plan being implemented and sustainability of the plan, I'm not clear. I'm not sure.
So I guess when you come up with a plan, is it sort of, who are the is it sort of the Children's Museum and the city, or?
It's very interesting. It's the Children's Museum is the convener, but they also do have a interest in the plan. I think their interest is called Educational Endeavor or Educational Corridor, which is also tied to ID Tech. They're trying to develop an educational aspect in that area. But the other neighborhoods also have interests that they want to see met. But it's not directly tied to the city. The funding source, right now, the facilitator of the plan is Karen Miller, who works, her office is located at the Children's Museum, but her position is funded through LISC.
Okay.
So LISC is providing the money for her and possibly the money for the implementation of the plan.
So how many people are you interviewing?
Well, the list that their list had 100 community leaders. Now, what we've been doing is when I say we, the KI Eco Center, we've been interviewing those that they selected for us to interview on the list, as well as those that matriculate through our center. So because we want to really have a great base of community.
Where's your center at?
28th and Capitol, the old AA building.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And so what does the center do?
We do a lot of different things. The center started back in 2002, which was focused on self-mastery, critical thinking, youth mentor, focused on young black men, helping us get through high school. We were some of the first to ever come through the program. And then we returned to provide the same services they provided to us. So now we serve as mentors, college mentors, and also just role models for youth in the community to see that you can, do something productive with your life. We have you ever heard of the Goodwill program, the C-Sectors? Well, Goodwill has a program where they try to provide work readiness skills to senior citizens. So we provide that as well. We have, this is the first year we opened up the KI Community School, which is alternative education, individualized education plans.
For GED or?
No. Right now, 8 to 15 is the age range. So that's.
So is it actually a school?
Yes, sir.
So is it a charter school?
No, it's not a charter school. What would be the classification of it?
So are the kids in school somewhere else and then they come there?
No. They're in school right now as we speak, from 9 to 5.
So it's an alternative to their public school education.
Correct.
But what happens when they get to be 15? They go to high
No,
school?
well, the reason I said 8 to 15 is that's the age range we have. But it's not as if that is the cutoff point. Depending on their family and their choices, they can either stay with us and keep building their portfolio, which is just equivalent to receiving a diploma if they want to go off to college, or they can use that portfolio to transition to other schools. It's mainly we have a youth management team to get nonprofit management skills, which we have a tech team.
Where did you guys graduate from?
I graduated from Broadway.
I graduated from Manual High School.
And then where you're at school now?
I'm at IUPY.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are you majoring in?
Philosophy.
I'm at Ivy Tech, Community Information Systems.
Okay. That was too bad about the guy that got shot. Was that on Christmas Eve?